I'm a little late to the party with this one, but doesn't really matter, especially to me. I wasn't gonna miss out on doing this because, above anything else, it's my favorite Street Fighter character. I love Elena. That's who we have here. Who, on top of that, is closing out Street Fighter 6 Season 2. It feels almost like all the craziness and all the hype surrounding this season happened like a month and a half ago. I know it wasn't that long, it's a little bit longer, but still. Because overall, just in terms of character choice, Season 2 is better, in my opinion. Like, even though I really can't stand the fact that Bison is here, Terry, Mai, and Elena, all three, even with some criticisms I had, I still like all three of them. As opposed to Season 1, there wasn't really all that much for me to get excited about. Like, the only character that really piqued my interest in Season 2 was Aki. It was really it. Okay, like I said, if I didn't mention it already, I have seen this trailer. I watched it with a friend, but of course I wasn't in full analysis breakdown mode, so I might catch some things that I didn't catch before. Let's get right into it.
Taking a life and giving life? Fighting and living? I wasn't looking
She's so magical. I love this new look for her. I do like it. I know a lot of people, and you don't have to worry. They brought her nostalgic costume back. Oh my god, these nostalgia worshippers. But what I do want to point out, my friend that I was watching the trailer with was liking the song. So far from what I've heard, I actually like it too. I know there's been all this talk about the Street Fighter 6 soundtrack, which, in case you don't know, I personally don't dislike it as much as most people do. It's decent. It does have like a couple of tracks that I don't really care for. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Guile's theme in this, but overall, soundtrack's alright to me. I think it's kind of overhated in my opinion. I also just love this aesthetic. Like, this stage looks beautiful, like this area. I want to hear some more of the song, so let me just play it from here again.
taking a life and giving life?
Like, I love how dreamy it is.
Fighting and
Also, I didn't realize she was standing up here the entire time. I didn't catch that the first time.
fighting and living?
Got them long arms, but she's mostly using the long legs instead. Perhaps it's just, of course, the way Street Fighter 6 is like designed and everything, and yes, you know, the technology that we have now, but like her movements just look super fluid in here. Like, it's, and I mean, with this particular style, you know, capoeira, you're gonna have to have the smoothness there. You're gonna have to have it there. Also, beats in my heart. From beats in my head to beats in my heart. I like that title. I like that title. The vibe does suit Elena, and just knowing how big of a heart this character has, beats in my heart, I think is a really nice change. Because I remember the one thing I do like about the soundtrack, at least in terms of like the character themes, I do like the fact, one, they did try to do all original compositions, but the way they actually tried to make them themes, like if I recall correctly, the idea was basically what would a theme song for the character sound like if they were walking down the street. Also, I apologize for the ambient noise. Temperature's picking up here, and like if I kept like the windows closed, 'cause I have a fan there, room would turn into a my room would turn to a sauna, and I don't want that, especially like with how much heat the freaking PC is giving off. All right. A lot of familiar normals there. That looked like the little target combo here. I think that's what it was. Because I recognize that first kick there is like one of her like overheads, but like now it looks a little bit different. Has extra hits. I like that. Nice air to air. The sweep is still there.
You dance with me!
You gotta have the most utmost. This character like makes me laugh. Like, not like in a means like Not like she's silly or anything, it's just probably like the one character that's my favorite that's like very super happy. You know? Somebody that like spreads the joy. What I was gonna say was is like you have to have some of the most amazing breath control to like be pulling stuff like that off and then be greeting people. Which of course I know is one of like Elena's trademarks, but that's just something I always thought about. Forget that projectiles, she said. Yeah. When I first saw that, I thought it might have been a command grab, but I think it's a regular throw. I think it may be. Because I don't recall seeing what I'm used to when it comes to her actually doing throws, but yeah. See, that right there, but that was the back throw, so. Rhino Horn, love Rhino Horn. But also, with the aesthetic that Street Fighter 6 has, like with the graffiti, I do like how whatever this aura is that she has with her moves is a lot more ethereal, and I like that. Yeah. Also, double entendre here. Pretty cool picking DJ as a dance partner for this particular I can't talk. This particular trailer. Spin Scythe. So that was on like a double projectile, like. So forget all of that. I'm gonna assume that's a charge. Like, you know, you can hold down the button and I think like you can let it go. And that was like her overhead special. Yeah. That's a nice twist on that move. Nice. Half circle back kick, if I'm not mistaken. Spin Scythe. Classic super. This right here made me pop so hard because I was wondering what that was. I'm pretty sure it's not what I'm thinking of, but when I see like tall cans like that, I think of Arizona, which is one of my favorite brand of teas. So I'm pretty sure it's not that, and I'd like to think it's probably not even like this universe's equivalent of it. I think it might be something else. Like maybe something from like fruit that she might have found like in the forest or something. It could be some, I don't know. I don't know. The funny thing is, I think whatever this is might be very tasty. It'd be very funny like if they started selling that. But what I was gonna say was it's just some funny irony. Like you kick the mess out of him and now you're offering. Like you gotta walk up to him and then like leave it by his side, you know. Okay, so I didn't notice that at first, because that time she had did it, unless that was like a forward dash. Also, costume, like, for as much as I can't stand people that just harp on everything nostalgia, the costume does translate pretty well to this game. That's either like a regular dash or a command dash. But of course, like, got that. Ah, and it's our other buddy, Akuma. Oh, drive rush. Ooh, so there was a bait there. Let's see. Rhino Horn. That was jump heavy kick. Spin scythe. Oh, she fainted into something, so she's gonna have feints now? That's smooth. Ooh, she's gonna be sneaky in here. Oh, wow. That's... Wow. Yowie wowie, man. Oh my god. Nice juggle. What got meter burn there? What was meter burn there? Let me see it again. Drive rush with that. Okay. That is a very interesting drive impact. Look at it again. Cause like it's just the way she gets into the handstand that kind of like throws me off a bit. And then it's like the way the kick happens. It look kind of funny, but it's nothing bad. I ain't complaining. Also, it's so funny. I talked about like the drink that she had. Looks like Arizona. Pretty sure like I these almost slightly. It's a little bit off, but it kind of reminds me of the colors of the classic Arizona. The Arizona green tea with the ginseng. Rhino horn. Ooh, side switch. Cross up with the target combo from the air. Having a giggle fest and she's kicking the mess out of you. That's why I love this character. Like, it's cool. Like, it's something awesome about just the fact she's just a big sweetie, but then, like, she can really, like, kick the crap out of you. I love that. That was off the overhead, right? Oh, it was a drive rush overhead. Right. All right. No, it was an EX. My bad. Drive rush there. She had him bouncing off the ground with that. Oh. Also, I don't know if that was on purpose or maybe I'm just looking into it a little too hard, but like that big clap that she gives in the beginning before she does that. The critical. You caught it? I caught it too. Okay, hold up. I gotta see. What is she doing in like all these animations? Let's see. Clap of hands. Launch in the air. That was a chest bump, wasn't it? Chest bump. Launch kick with a pose. Spike off the... bouncing him off the ground. Drilling him into the ground. Another kick. Meet the camera. What up? She's adorable, man. How could you not like Elena? I know one way you could... It's so funny I said that. I know of one way. That right there. And what was that again? Exactly. That is how you cannot like Elena. Oh, God. And see, that was the one thing that I had been concerned about when it came to this character. I was concerned about where the healing would come in and would it be as annoying. From what I'm gathering, I could be wrong, it did seem like it was locked behind, and it's kind of fun I'm saying locked. It seemed like it was locked behind a level 2, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, because that kind of looked like a level 2 super. Which, if that's the case, that's good. But I'm also curious about just how much healing it's going to be. But we will soon find out, unless maybe I missed out on something, because again, unlike when I usually do these reactions and analyses and everything, these breakdowns, I am not catching it at the moment of release, so some other information might have come out. Now that I'm thinking about it, let us take a trip over to her profile on the official website. Let's click in. A cheerful girl raised in the arms of the savannah. What a poetic opening line right there. That's poetic. And a member of a clan of proud warriors, she has a talent for healing and making sure you didn't forget it, and seeks to become... Oh, she wants to become a vet. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hates destruction of nature, kind of a given. Poaching, I mean, nature lover, and then you're a vet, obvious. Likes animals, obvious. Music and dancing, we know. She's 6'1" and 129 pounds. Let me go back. Where's Rissy? There she is. Yep, she's the new tallest Street Fighter woman at 6'8". But, yeah, so... Unfortunately, can't look at command list, frame data, and all that. I just want to know what the freaking drink is. Matter of fact, unless it's something crazy, they need to... Because I know somewhere there's like a Street Fighter themed bar somewhere out there. If if this drink isn't anything crazy, Capcom needs to freaking sell some of those in. Or as a matter of fact, they should do like a part. I keep mentioning like Arizona and everything. If they haven't already done it, they need to partner up with Arizona and sell those. So I also forgot that there's also bonus information about these characters when they come out on the Steam page of the game. And so here, of course, we have like this image of, which I'm guessing is from the game, and it's just, I'm just saying, like, Elena is like just the ultimate pal. Like, if you can, like, you can have a connection like that with Akuma, I'm just saying, you have to be like the ultimate sweetheart, like the ultimate pal. It says here, hailing from Kenya, Elena first appeared in Street Fighter III New Generation in 1997. She's always positive, even in the face of danger, and makes friends as easily as she can hear the voices from nature. In Street Fighter VI, after an intense fight with her friend Akuma, she travels the world once again in search of the meaning of a lesson that Akuma teaches her. Wow. And now she's even taking lessons there. Looks here at the design. Again, I love this outfit. Like, it's very, very resplendent. I'm guessing that's like her graffiti name out there. It looks really good. I'm guessing this is where they started in terms of like this design, and then the colors that kicked in. Wonderful, like a really beautiful character. As a capoeira master, Elena utilizes her long legs, as we know, unpredictable movement to keep her prey in check. Many of her moves from prior games remain intact, but as usual, we've updated her move list in Street Fighter VI, so there were some new things there. We're not lying, when we say unpredictable. I don't know why, but for some reason, I don't know why I thought about it, but just the way they worded that, I'm thinking like she's the anti-Geese Howard. His whole thing is predictable, and then here she is, unpredictable. Don't hate me for that. Let's see, Rhino Horn, of course. Series of quick forward-moving attacks that send the opponent flying back. Elena will jump farther depending on the strength of the kick used. Though this move can't hit crouching opponents, as it, I think it never has, or at least like in the later games, I don't think it ever has hit crouching opponents. If you landed in the corner, you can follow up with a scratch wheel, the up kick, or the DP. Speaking of scratch wheel, it's a powerful rising kick, of course, and acts as her DP, as I just mentioned. It is useful, anti-airing, of course. So then, sink your teeth into Link's song, which, it's where the things get wild. Elena spins forward close to the ground while invincible to projectiles, so that's what we saw her basically just being like, screw those projectiles. So it was literally just like a command dash. Nice. And can then use 4 different techniques out of it. 4? Okay, so her move list actually, so it's like a command dash with 4 follow-ups. Nice. The first is Leopard Snap, I like that name. A long-reaching attack useful for getting in. So establishing like your presence, I guess, pushing forward. The second is Harvest Castle. Oh, I said Harvest Castle. Harvest Circle. A kick that launches opponents in the air and maintains invincibility to projectiles. The third is Mallet Smash. That's a vintage. That's the overhead kick that can buffalo profile. Y'all are funny. And then the fourth is Link's Whirl, the move you should be standing alert for like a prairie dog. Whole lot of animal puns and references here. During Link's Wheel, Elena performs an additional spin to extend Link's song. If the aforementioned Leopard Snap, Harvest Circle, or Mallet Smash are performed after Link's Wheel, their properties are boosted. Okay. So let me keep going because it reminded me of somebody else a little bit. A boosted Leopard Snap makes Elena plus on attack and block. A boosted Harvest Circle gives Elena more time to follow up attacks on hit, opening up more combo options. Okay. A boosted Mallet Smash is quicker and makes Elena plus on attack and block. ODEX, however you want to put it, Link's song provides all the benefits of Link's Whirl without having to spin the second time. Remember the move before the opponent calls you a cheat. Oh god. Okay. So, you know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of Giovanna and Guilty Gear after they gave her a new move, because the whole property of having boosted moves from this command dash, this reminds me, literally Giovanna has the exact same thing when they gave her that new move. Literally all of her attacks, even though these are all I think very different, because of Giovanna with the command dash, it's pretty much established moves that she has. But of course, going back to the same thing they have with Elena, all of the move properties are boosted when you do them from the command dash. That's what that reminds me of. So, and here's the thing, in case I haven't made it very clear, because I haven't covered Strive all that much on the channel ever since I kind of got bored with it, and that was before, of course, the new moves came. When they added the new moves and some other things to, well, when they added the new moves to Giovanna and other things to Strive, I actually got back into the game. So the fact that one of my favorite characters is reminding me of another one of my favorite characters, that is definitely a plus. Moving right along. Spin Scythe, that's another classic, as I mentioned there. The kicker here... Who wrote this, man? The kicker is that she can cancel Spin Scythe into the aforementioned Link's Whirl, which can then be followed up again with Leopard Snap, Harvest Circle, or Mallet Smash. As you can see, Elena's special moves transition from one to another, and then another after that, with a multiple options to keep pressure and Oki. So that was kind of the little segment we saw where she did the move and then Akuma tried to DP out of it and it was a trap, which is pretty cool. So like, not even just like her animations are fluid, but like they even tried to reflect that even all the more with how you play her. So nicely done, Capcom. She isn't monkeying around with Link's Whirl and can send the opponent lost in the plains. Finally, Moon Glider is an evasive technique where Elena steps back before performing a vertical spinning kick, sending the opponent into the air. She did something like that, where it was like almost like a shimmy, basically. I remember that. And also, I love that name, Moon Glider. For the Eagle-Eyed, Elena's level 1 Super Art Meteor Volley is an effective anti-air and also allows for a follow-up attack on hit. That's crazy. That's crazy. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, and I already can tell just because of the image right here. During Elena's level 2 Super Art Revival Dance, she launches forward with a flurry of kicks and is invincible to all attacks on star. Oh no, it's invincible too. It's level 2 Super, once again, called it, but wow. If Elena is feeling a bit drained, she can forego some of the extra damage and use her trademark healing to gain some vitality. Okay, so you're basically sacrificing more damage to do the healing. Okay, I can live with that. That's nice. That's really nice. And I think the last bit is going to be about the level 3. Yes, it is. Level 3 Super Art Song of the Grasslands. I am loving the names of her moves, like even like the new stuff, you know. Brings the power of nature to the fight as she delivers kicks with the power of the skies and the plains. Again, classic outfit. This is her stage. Okay, so it is the stage. Nice. Finally, there'll be a major balance patch when meaning changes for all the previous 25 characters and some system changes as well. Keep an eye out for our social channels and website for the patch notes. Elena's the final character of year 2, obvious. Can't wait for you to play her. She'll make sure all your fights are never Anyways, but she could be purchased with fighter coins and be automatically unlocked for owners of the year 2 character pass. So we knew all of that. So on top of that, there's going to be a balance patch for this as well, which I have been hearing murmurings that people have been hoping for that. I know in the midst of all the stuff going on with fighting games, it's interesting that I did watch Maximilian talk about it, and I know, ooh, it's a Maximilian fan, I'm gonna unsubscribe. Go ahead, I don't really care. I like Max. I don't agree with everything he says, obviously. I hate the fact we have to even disclose that nowadays, because I don't think, even like with your best friend or like a relative that you love dearly, I don't think there's anybody on the planet that anybody agrees with 100%, but whatever. Beside the point. Point is, I like the statement that Max made where when it came to the Tekken 8 patch, which I don't know that much about, I haven't been delving into Tekken 8 like most of my friends have, but they do love telling me about it, and obviously from the outside looking in, I know that the game has changed a bunch. Whereas when it came on the Street Fighter 6 end, not a lot has changed. It's kind of interesting how both games are on two different sides of like whatever you want to call it, two different sides of the aisle, I guess. So I'm pretty sure people are looking forward to that. Granted that the patch isn't crazy or anything. Like I said, Street Fighter 6 has been decent to me overall. There hasn't really been a moment I've been bored with it or upset with it. But I do think a change of scenery is definitely needed. So here's to hoping. But yeah, overall, I love what I've seen with Elena here. Visually, design-wise, looks great. Playstyle-wise, I love the tweaks. I love the mixture of old school and new. Her new tools seem to be potentially quite strong. I don't know if I would say busted or broken or anything like that. People throw those terms around all the time. But I just know that I am definitely interested. I'm definitely happy with what I saw. And as season 2 or year 2, whatever you want to call it here, pretty much comes to a close far as like her being, far as like characters are concerned, I still stand by what I said. Year 2, season 2, I like more than year 1. And like I said, that's just strictly in terms of characters that I was invested in. You know what I'm saying? If you like season 1 more than season 2, that's cool. I'm not gonna fret you for that. I'm not gonna lambaste you or call you having an L mindset for thinking that. Like, we got different taste in characters. It is what it is, man. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. This was actually very fun going down memory lane with Elena, seeing the new stuff that she has. This was really fun. Let me all know what you thought about Elena. Are you hyped for her? Are you not? What do you think is going to happen come year 3? Like, I know there was some leak out there, but in case you're new to the channel, first of all, thank you for watching. I'm glad to have you. Second of all, I don't look for leaks, data mines, and any of that stuff because, 1, I like being surprised, and number 2, a lot of fake leaks and data mines will get put out there at times, you know. And I'm getting kind of tired of that too. Like, people just milking the whole thing when it comes to leaks and stuff just to get engagement, just to pop people, just to deceive, whatever it might be. I'm not a fan of any of it, so I just wait until the day of. I know some of the stuff is legit, but even still, I don't like looking for it. But again, that's all I gotta say about that. Until next time, I of course have been the Chris Lotus, signing off. Y'all take care of yourselves, be safe out there, be cool to each other, and don't overdo it with the animal puns, but make sure to stay hydrated out there in the heat. See ya.